What if I told you the most affordable Mercedes in 2026 might actually feel like a mini S-Class? Sounds crazy, right? But the new C300 is packed with features you'd never expect at this price, from its high-tech interior to surprisingly smooth performance. And honestly, some of it shocked me.
But here's the real question. Did Mercedes finally perfect the luxury sedan formula, or is this just another overhyped upgrade? Before you decide, there are a few things you need to see, because this car might change what you expect from Mercedes forever.
When you think of Mercedes-Benz, you probably picture flagship models like the S-Class, ultra-luxurious, packed with cutting-edge tech, and of course, seriously expensive. But here's where things get interesting. The C-Class has always been Mercedes' way of bringing that high-end experience to a wider audience, and the 2026 C300 might be their most ambitious attempt yet. This isn't just a small luxury sedan anymore. It's designed for buyers who want that premium Mercedes feel without stepping into six-figure territory. From young professionals upgrading their daily drive to longtime Mercedes fans looking for something more practical, the C300 sits right in that sweet spot.
And in today's market, where brands like BMW and Audi are constantly pushing the limits, Mercedes had to do something bold to stay ahead. So instead of playing it safe, they've loaded this car with features and design elements that feel surprisingly close to their top-tier models.
But here's the thing. Does it actually deliver on that promise? Can this really feel like a baby S-Class? Or are there compromises hiding beneath the surface? Because once we get into the design, interior, and performance, you might start to see this car very differently. All right, let's get into where this car really starts to show what it's made of, because on the surface, the 2026 C300 already looks like it's punching above its weight. First, the design. Mercedes didn't hold back here. The front end carries that bold, confident grille paired with sleek LED headlights that almost give it an aggressive, sporty attitude. From the side, it's clean and elegant, with smooth lines that flow effortlessly to the rear. And speaking of the back, those slim taillights and subtle curves, they give it a premium, almost coupe-like presence that definitely turns heads on the road. But step inside, and this is where things start to feel different. The interior honestly feels like it belongs in a much more expensive car. You've got that large vertical touchscreen dominating the center, a fully digital driver display, and ambient lighting that wraps around the cabin in a way that just feels futuristic. At night especially, it creates this atmosphere that's hard to ignore. Now, performance, because looks alone don't make a car great. Under the hood, the C300 brings a turbocharged engine paired with mild hybrid tech. What does that mean in real life? Smooth acceleration, quick response when you need it, and surprisingly refined power delivery for daily driving. It's not trying to be a full-on sports car, but it's definitely not boring either. And when you're actually driving it, that balance becomes clear. It feels comfortable over rough roads, yet still composed when you push it a little harder through corners. Steering is light but precise enough, making it easy whether you're cruising on the highway or navigating city traffic.
Of course, it's not perfect. Some people might find the ride a bit too soft if they're expecting a sporty edge, and while the tech is impressive, it can feel slightly overwhelming at first with all the menus and controls.
But here's where things get interesting. Because once you factor in the fuel efficiency, the real-world usability, and especially the price, that's when the C300 starts to either make total sense or raise a few serious questions. And trust me, the next part might change how you see this car completely. All right, this is where everything comes together. Because numbers and features are one thing, but how does the 2026 C300 actually feel when you push it in the real world? The moment you hit the accelerator, there's this smooth, almost effortless surge of power. It's not aggressive or wild. Instead, it feels controlled, refined, like the car always knows exactly what you want. Merging onto the highway? Easy. Overtaking slower traffic? No hesitation. It just glides forward with confidence. But what really surprised me wasn't just the speed, it was the comfort. Even at higher speeds, the cabin stays incredibly quiet.
Road noise fades away, the suspension absorbs bumps without drama, and everything feels solid and composed. It gives you that luxury bubble feeling Mercedes is known for. Now here's the turning point. When you start pushing it harder, sharper turns, quicker inputs, you realize this car isn't trying to be a hardcore sports sedan. And honestly, that might disappoint some people. The steering stays light, the ride remains soft, and it prioritizes comfort over aggressive performance. But at the same time, that's exactly what makes it special. Because instead of trying to be everything, the C300 focuses on delivering a premium, stress-free driving experience, something you can enjoy every single day without effort. And in that role, it genuinely excels. So now, the real question is, does that make it the best Mercedes for most people, or just the safest choice? Because the answer to that might not be as obvious as you think. So, is the 2026 C300 really the best Mercedes for most people? Honestly, for what it's trying to be, it gets incredibly close. This car delivers where it matters most: comfort, technology, and that premium Mercedes feel. The interior is easily one of its biggest strengths, giving you that near S-Class experience without the massive price tag. And for daily driving, the smooth performance and refined ride make it a car you can live with every single day. But it's not perfect. If you're looking for sharp, sporty handling or something that truly excites you on every corner, this might feel a little too safe, maybe even a bit too calm. And while the tech is impressive, it can take some time to fully get used to. So who is this car really for? If you want a luxury sedan that feels modern, comfortable, and effortlessly premium, this is one of the best options out there right now. It's perfect for daily commuters, professionals, or anyone stepping into the Mercedes world for the first time. But if you're chasing pure performance or something more aggressive, you might want to look elsewhere. And in today's US market, where luxury is becoming more about tech and comfort than raw performance, the C300 feels like a sign of where things are heading next. Mercedes isn't just building cars anymore, they're building experiences. So maybe the real question isn't, is this the best Mercedes ever? Maybe it's, is this the one that makes the most sense for you? Let me know what you think. Would you pick the 2026 C300 or go for something sportier? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments.